Someone did mention that there's a strafe, right? Somebody needs to give it a home. I am leaving these hallways, apparently, so... Hello. We're currently in the process of hashing out the details for Operation Heimdall. While I may be involved with the planning, it's not looking like I'll be out in the front lines. I'll be in charge of defending Zender Gate instead. It's not set in stone, but I'm a little disappointed, to be honest. Operation Heimdall will likely be a series of one fierce battle after another. The thought of not being able to join in the fighting is frustrating, but I'll be wishing those who are well. Operation Heimdall will be the greatest challenge we've faced to date, but it is something we must attempt eventually. While you're here, though, allow me to extend my thanks for getting Nordia to withdraw from the war. It may not have been your intention to get them to do that, but the outcome has served as a ray of hope for everyone here. Go forth and fight for the justice that you believe in. I will ask no more of you than that. The Alliance has the Black Whirlwind and Golden Rakshasa on their side, along with many powerful warriors. They keep bringing up Aurelia and What's-His-Face, so now I really think those are going to be the next people we fight. And I'm really hoping it's not at the same time, but it probably will be. But everything has a weakness. It's our job to find it and take advantage of it. It's all we can do for the people of Erebonia who continue to suffer because of this war. I don't want to do it. Noble Alliance is still a real force to be reckoned with, even with the losses they've suffered in the East. Even if we work together with the 4th Armored Division perfectly, our odds of winning are 50% at best. That's high odds. I would put it a lot lower than that, given the disparity in resources and weaponry. It's a fight we can't avoid if we want to free the capital, though. It's time we all accepted that, but you do have the benefit of protagonist Halo. I think it would be wise to gather all the information we can on these new Soldat models. I'd rather not expose my men to any more danger than is necessary. Very well, I'll get in touch with the RMP and see what I can get a hold of. Thank you, sir. I don't like how reliant we're becoming on the RMP's information. This whole plan to move on Heimdall has me nervous. I mean, I know the whole thing is still in the planning stages at the moment, but even so. The main body of the Alliance's forces are made up of the most elite of the elite. They've been winning battle after battle in the West. It's going to be a really nasty battle, and I'm not sure it's one we can win. Neither am I. Are we really going to be able to liberate the capital? Just the thought of this battle has me nervous, and it's still in the planning stages. Yeah. Yeah. Are you talking to your dad yet? It sounds like the soldiers here might have to go all the way to Heimdall soon. They fought so much lately already. A lot of them were injured too. And it's not as if I can tell them not to go, even if I kind of wish I could. I hope all of them come back unharmed, but I don't know what the odds of that are. I'm worried about Mom over in Heimdall too. I hope she doesn't end up getting hurt during the battle. Did we know that her mother is still alive? I don't know why. I just kind of assumed that her mother was dead. Have you ever brought up your mom before? It hurts not to be able to do anything. I wish I could go see Toma. Yeah, I definitely thought your mom was dead. If I turned out to be super capable with a tank like Hoover, you think they'd let me join the Armored Division? Who knows? I hear the requirements for joining are crazy strict. Not to mention the training. You've heard about the climbing marathon, right? Oh, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, I think taking it easy and looking after the Highlands like we used to is the life for us. Yeah, I don't think being take crewman would suit us, to be honest. No, I don't want to talk to you. Get out of the way. Everyone's talking about this Operation Heimdall thingy the 3rd Armored Division is planning. I wonder what we're meant to be doing, though. I hope they haven't forgotten about us or something. You guys are going back to the Watchtower. Why do I know before you know? I've been away from tanks for only a while, but I've gone and forgotten how you even use the dang things. Yeah, I think our old cushy life at the Watchtower is the one for us. How did you forget how to drive a tank? That man, kinda useless. With a name like Operation Heimdall, you'd figure the fighting will all be concentrated around the capital, right? But you might be wrong. There's no guarantee the nobles won't end up attacking here during the fights, which means there's no guarantee Charl won't end up getting hurt. I'm thinking I might have her evacuate to the settlement again after all. I'm worried about my wife over in Heimdall, but right now Charl comes first. I'm thinking I might have to get her to evacuate to the settlement again. Okay. Well, that's everyone here. Let's go to the Watchtower. There are too many people to talk to. I'm already losing my voice. Hi. Things appear to have stabilized over here. The warrant officers just headed back to Zender Gate to give his report. Our division's primary objective right now is the liberation of Heimdall and His Majesty not guarding the border. So I think it might be time to rethink who's in charge of looking after this Watchtower. Things appear to have stabilized over here. Appear. If you ask me, we're not in peaceful times just yet. Yeah, I wouldn't really put anything past them, to be honest with you. This Watchtower was shelled by terrorists back in June. There were fatalities too, sad to say. This place just seems to attract trouble. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Still, this is no time to be letting our guard down, not with rumors that Calvard and Crossbell are working together around. Oh, Crossbell, how I miss you. We've got no reason to go back inside right now? Well, fine. Why can't I, though? That's weird. I also can't fast travel from up here. Can I do it once I'm on the grass? No. Why? Can I do it from here? Also no. Whatever. That's fine. Huh. On a much more positive note, I can't wait for the state of play. I'm gonna have to watch it later, but I really like learning about new things, so. Realistically, I just want to learn about the next Dragon Quest game. Highly doubt we're getting news on that, though. Guess what, everyone? We're moving back down south again. It was only just decided, but I'm already excited. I think you should hold off until after Operation Heimdall. There was a lot of back and forth on it, but in the end, I think we'd all rather spend the winter where we're used to. The fact that I'll be able to see Charl doesn't factor into my happiness at all, of course. Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Really, it doesn't. You're aware you're blushing. I hear the soldiers at Zender Gate are discussing, wow, their next move. I hope Charl doesn't end up getting caught up in whatever they do. Maybe I should go visit her after all. That's the best way to get an objective view of the situation. Anyone thinking about this logically would agree. You can just go visit her. You don't need to pretend like you don't care. No one is judging you. Catan's practicing to ride a horse. I think he might be able to do it if he's on Zeku's back. Zeku? I don't know. So that's what we're trying. Come on, Catan, you can do it. Just try riding forward slowly. Very slowly. How is he supposed to know how to do that? This horse is like, why am I here? Oh, you can't speak to the child on the horse, but you can speak to the horse. Okay. Sure. Hey, did you hear? Turns out we'll be heading back south after all. We found out that it's safe enough to do so thanks to the Khan's daily scouting. We'll be a lot closer to Erebonia there, which means this trade post might be back in business soon enough. Now that's something I can look forward to. It's good to know that we can head back south without issue. We are a tribe with no attachment to one sole spot, after all. Letting the wind guide us freely is what it's all about. I feel like her statement was contradictory. She's relieved to go back to their settlement sites, and then said that we go wherever we want. We're not attached to anywhere, after all. Then why are you relieved to go back? Why do you care, then? Just saying. We'd prepared ourselves for the possibility that we might have to leave the Highlands, but thankfully, it didn't come to that. I hear that you've been running into more and more of your fellow students, so I take it your journey's been going well? Yeah, so far so good. It's been a huge relief finding out that everyone's okay. Gonna be a while before we can take Thor's back, though. Worry not, all journeys come to an end at some point, and the same applies to yours. So be sure to pace yourselves. The last thing you want is for things to go wrong because you were hasty. Understood? All journeys come to an end, regardless of their length. Be sure to pace yourselves. The last thing you want is for things to go wrong because you were rushing. We'll all be wishing you the best. Something, winds guide us, something. Yeah, that's essentially always the sentiment here. But welcome to Stream Zapier. Hello, ma'am. The situation in the Highlands seems to have calmed down, so this may be the right time to return south. Yet the winds, always that word, and the heart of this land still feel restless. Perhaps they remain wary after having experienced just how easily a neighboring land's war can reach us. Or perhaps the cause lies elsewhere. I pray my worries are unwarranted. Right now, we should simply be thankful that peace has returned to this land. My thanks to the winds and the goddess for their guidance. May this land have a good, fruitful future ahead of it. Is that it? Yes. All right. Horse. Good talk. I'm the one who's taking care of Zeku. But you wouldn't know it by how he acts around me. He runs away every time he gets a chance, pokes at me all the time for no reason. What did I ever do to him? I hope he doesn't throw Catan off or something. You should have thought of that before letting the child who's afraid of horses ride him. What kind of people are you? He even pushed my skirt up with his nose the other day. He doesn't respect me at all. I have concerns. Let the small male child have the horse then. Bah. Wish life was so easy you could just rely on the wind. The wind and the goddess, yes. Go with the flow. I don't know that I'm capable of just always going with the flow, though. I like some semblance of a plan. I'm okay with changing the plan, but I like the plan to exist. I can't believe Catan will be 6 next year, yet he still can't ride a horse. Has this ever happened before? Most children learn by 3 at the very latest. Oh my god, I am clearly a slacker then. I don't know how to ride a horse, and I'm definitely not 3. But that's a concern for another day. Nord is relatively safe now, so let's get back to teaching him next year. Although I didn't think I'd ever ridden a horse, but my mom found me a picture from my childhood, and I'm sitting on a horse, so I don't know when the heck that happened. That memory is gone forever. I hope we'll make some progress by then. It seems like we'll be returning south after all. Quite the relief, I must say. Life feels so much more peaceful when you're back in the area you're most used to living in. It'll let us get back to teaching Catan how to ride a horse too. Y'all should step outside. He's quite literally riding a horse as we speak. Let me out. Can I talk to you? At last, we're finally going to be able to move back south. Now that that's all sorted out, I feel hungry all of a sudden. I don't think we nomads are made to be nervous all the time. We should be all right for now, at least. It helps that we can contact Zender Gate if needed. Right, time to get something to eat. Then we can get to packing. I am also kind of hungry. I had a burrito for lunch, though, so I'm not starving. Where is Gwyn? Are you home, Gwyn? His friend said something about the Black Workshop, so maybe Gwyn will also tell us something about the Black Workshop. I would like to know. Hey. You finished sorting things out in Ruhr, I see. I can only hope the experience of being behind bars calms her down a tad. I mean, she wasn't behind bars, though. She was trapped on a luxury train. A very luxurious train. Those are 2 very different things. That'd be like saying Heidel Ragnar is behind bars and he's under house arrest in a freaking mansion. Like, that's it's not the same as being behind bars. It's just not. If only we could all have your optimism. Oh well. Hope it was fun while it lasted. You hope she had a fun time being imprisoned? You're a very interesting, father, sir. Still, her aside, I hear Schmitz agreed to make a weapon for Valimar. That man's only loyal to his own curiosity, and I'm sure nothing piqued it more than a divine knight. At least you won't have any qualms in terms of results. Delivering a top-notch product is about the only thing that old fool's good for. He does not hold back when it comes to Professor Schmidt. Not that I disagree with a word he's saying. I'm intending to stay here with the people of Nord for a while longer. I've already retreated from society once, and I'm in no hurry to go back to it and start mucking things up. I'm content to see how things go for Rhineford and this war as a whole from the sidelines. I'll leave things on the inside to all of you. We won't let you down. Then why did you ask your friend to look into the Black Workshop? I think you're just pretending to stay on the sidelines. We've finally been able to confirm that the Highlands are safe, so we're planning to move the settlement down south again. The Empire is still at war, so the situation could change at any time, but for now, we can all heave a collective sigh of relief. Life in the settlement can finally get back to normal. We need to remain cautious, but there's no harm in rejoicing at good news. Okay, hello, Lacan. After careful investigation and analysis, I've concluded that the Highlands are largely back to the way they were before. At one point, I feared we may have no choice but to abandon them, but it looks like that won't be necessary after all. The winds and the goddess have blessed us, it seems. After careful... Is this just the same thing? Yeah, it is. Okay. Everyone got multiple lines of dialogue except for Lacan, the person who I wanted to speak to the most, because I like him the most out of those three people. Feels bad? Have we spoken to everyone? Probably. Okay, that is Nord done. Get me on the courageous, please. As far as talking to people goes, I think all we have left then is Celtic? Is it Celtic? We could go ahead and try the next like super boss and see if I hate life, but I don't know. I think that is also in Celtic, so now would be the time. Okay. Celtic is down here somewhere, yeah. Yeah, let's start in Celtic, and then we'll, see how I'm feeling after we speak to these people. And decide if we want to go fight whatever is in the nature park. Bet you didn't know that selling newspapers is a surefire way to rake in the Mira. Especially during a time like this, no one's gonna complain about shelling out 100 Mira to get a grasp on the situation. I might as well make the best out of a bad situation, right? Weren't you complaining like 2 days ago that you couldn't make any money because you only had like the one newspaper article? I feel like that was a conversation we had, Chris. The main reason I'm selling newspapers is because I want to open up my own store someday. I've heard about big business owners who started out doing this too, so that's even more reason to stick with it. This war ain't gonna keep me down, that's for sure. Alright. You do you. Did you know that there used to be auctions held during the morning market? They were basically a way to sell off freshly gathered crops and popular items from the grand market. Well, it turns out that they actually held one during today's morning market. It really does feel like things are back to normal now that the provincial army is gone. Thank goodness. Yeah, Eustace, your family's army sucks. Celtic definitely feels a lot livelier now that the provincial army is gone. It just goes to show the negative effect a bunch of grumpy soldiers can have on a town. Grumpy is an understatement for what those jerks were. Trying to, like, drunkenly assault a nun is many, many steps too far. And she's a child. My apologies, but we're in the middle of Mass at the moment. If you'd like to take a seat and join us in offering a prayer, however, be my guest. The teachings of the Septian Church were bestowed upon us by Aidios herself. Let us pray so that our thoughts and hopes may reach her in the heavens above. You're having Mass with only one person? Father Zerbel's Mass made me feel much more at ease. Aidios bless him. Rather than waste my time fretting over the future, I should count my blessings that I'm still alive and kicking. Fair enough. Oh, you still haven't joined us. I forgot Rosin still has not joined us. So it's what? Rosin, Rex, and Beryl of the people we know? Oh, and Lacrosse Lady, who won't join us yet. Sister Olive has allowed me to lead for next week's Sunday school. Even with the terrible times we're in, I can't help but smile when I get closer to my dream of proper sisterhood. I used to help out a bit at the church in Trista, so I think I should be able to do this if I give it my greatest effort. I wonder how the children in Trista are doing these days. I hope they're all right. I really do miss them. I'm sure they miss you too, especially that one who was obsessed with you. I can check the amount of question marks in my notebook. You're right. The general feeling of unease seems to be waning these days. That's not to say people have stopped coming along to pray on the daily basis, though. There's so much to do these days that I've decided to leave Rosin in charge of the next Sunday school class. We put so much on her already, I do feel a little guilty. I think Milliam did an excellent job with last Sunday's Sunday school, okay? She did great. Hire Milliam. Oh, it's under, yeah, it's under student info. Okay, I was like, where do I look at this? Oh my god, there's still so many. And Klein and Hebel are already on the list. Okay. Well. Well. We're getting there. We are getting there. Wait, trial chess was listed? Oh, there's still a lot of trial chests that I'm missing as well. More than I would have expected. Dang. Okay. I'm sure there's at least one in the Ignis Shrine.